I'm standing here at the trailhead of Scripture Rocks Heritage Park, just north of Brookville on Route 28 and just south of Hazen, exit on I-80. It was here, in the early 20th century, that Douglas Stahlman carved Bible verses into scores of boulders on the hills overlooking the Creek Valley. I'm here today to learn more about Stahlman's legacy from the folks who are putting the finishing touches on this, newest of Jefferson County's parks.
Is actually the central focus of Scripture Rocks Park. It's altar rock. Douglas Stahlman, the eccentric preacher, quote, prophet, actually lived out here for 2 years, winter, summer, all year long. He built a shanty where he lived. He also constructed bleachers and conducted open-air church services for as many as 75 people. He didn't want these rocks to reflect any particular sectarian point of view. He believed in something he called the full Bible standard, and what that means is he would take what he considered core principles of each sect, Catholicism, Methodism, Lutheranism, etc., and finding out what they have in common. And that's sort of how he tailored all his engravings and all his comments on his engraving.
Douglas Stahlman's work has rested pretty much undisturbed for over a century. Now Ken Burkett and his crew from the Jefferson County History Center are prepared for the grand opening on June 11th.
Well, the rocks were created between 1911 and 1913 when he actually lived out here on top of Alder Rock, where he had a chapel earlier than that. In 2009, the North Fork chapter of the Society of Pennsylvania Archaeology was looking for a project to do around Brookville, and we picked the project of finding as many of the engraved rocks as we could. The Historic Museum Commission that permitted us to do a very accurate survey in here of all the rocks and to develop a plan to put in the park. The Jefferson County History Center in late that year decided to start putting the park together, and that fall we began brushing out this area, and it's about 4.6 acres. When we started, I don't think you could see more than 100 feet in any direction. And as you can see now, most of the small brush is gone, and we have the trails completed. There's been 160 tons of gravel brought in. And we have 3 different grants we're working with right now. A DCNR grant to build the parking lot and help do the trail marking and rock marking system, and a grant from the Pennsylvania Lumber Heritage Region and the Jefferson County Hotel Tax Committee to do the the panels that we have that do the interpretation of the site. We have somewhere between 7 and 15 volunteers, and we've probably put in 4,000 or 5,000 hours on the whole project from beginning to end. And we're ready to open on June 11th.
Mr. Burkett recommends you visit the site. You can also find out more information at jchconline.com about the dedication ceremony and guided tours at 1 p.m. on Saturday, June 11th. For TV 16 News, I'm Hayden Burge reporting.